We have a major Dodgers roster move update as James Outman has been optioned once again to AAA now that Jason Heyward is off the IL. And definitely Dodger fans are, a little bit shocked. Some are a little bit shocked. I myself, as a Dodger fan, I'm not too shocked. Let's get right into it. James Outman earlier today was optioned down to Oklahoma City, to the Oklahoma City Dodgers. The team announced this right before Game 3 of their 3-game set against the Boston Red Sox. What a series it's been. The Dodgers, of course, picking up 2 comeback wins on Friday and Saturday night. But yeah, James Outman was optioned to AAA Oklahoma City, according to Jack Harris of the LA Times. James Outman has been kind of up and down this season. Jason Heyward went on the IL in early July. And in the last, few games that James Outman had a chance to play in, it just didn't really go well for Outman. I mean, he went 3 for 15 with 8 strikeouts in 9 games. It definitely was a struggle for James Outman at the plate. Right now the Dodgers are in the midst of a, you could say a World Series, run. They're not in the World Series yet, but they're trying to be, they're trying to put out a competitive team out there. They're trying to have a team that's going to be, at the top every night. And James Outman just hasn't been that, unfortunately, for the Dodgers when it comes to, being up at the plate. It just hasn't really worked out for James Outman. James Outman is a young player that I think has a lot of potential. He's still learning how to play at the major league level. So I think you can't be too harsh on him. I think he's a player that you have to. He has upside, right? James Outman definitely has upside. He could field very well. It's just a question of whether he can hit or not. And of course, you're getting Jason Heyward, a player that is, of course, a veteran now in this Major League Baseball, a player that's been around for quite a while now. So let's go into the stats breakdown. So what exactly was James Outman doing the last few games? The last few games, this is James Outman's last 5 games. Didn't start at all. And as you can see, there's nothing really going on offensively, unfortunately. No hits, just did not really get anything going. And I think, with the news that, Jason Heyward was going to be coming off the IL, I think the Dodgers kind of took that opportunity to, make their decision earlier today. So this is Jason Heyward in his last 5 games. Also, not much there. He did pick up a triple in that crazy ball game that the Dodgers won in extra innings. Remember that crazy game, 11-inning game? The Dodgers won 14-7 over the Giants. That was a fun game to watch a few weeks back. Outman did pick up. I mean, not Outman. Heyward did pick up a couple RBIs and a triple in that game. So did pick up a couple hits, a triple, and a couple RBIs in a really exciting game up in San Francisco. So, Jason Heyward has had his moments for the Dodgers, but then he's also gone pretty cold. As we could see after that, there was no hits in his next 5 games. Did walk in a game against the D-backs, but he's definitely been cold offensively as well at times. And I think that's what I think kind of concerns Dodger fans for sure. When you look at this situation. Now let's look at Outman. Let's look at Heyward's stats. His career stats. As you can see, this guy has been in the league for quite a while. Jason Heyward started his major league career at the age of 20 years old, going all the way back to the Atlanta Braves. What is that? 2010. That was 14 years ago. Wow. Major League Baseball has definitely changed quite a bit since then with the rise of analytics and a lot of different things. But, yeah, Heyward, when he broke into the league back then, he was actually pretty an exciting player already. 72 RBIs in his rookie year, 18 home runs, won Rookie of the Year. I mean, the guy was pretty exciting right away. Did have a bit of a dip offensively his second year, but then he bounced back in his third year, having his best year offensively with 27 home runs and 82 RBIs. And, the next few years, the guy has been a consistent player, playing over 100 games in most seasons. He joined the Dodgers last season, and last year he had a pretty solid year. 15 home runs, 40 RBIs, hit 269. On-base percentage was 340. So, he had a pretty solid year for a player that I think is a veteran. So, I think the Dodgers, this year he hasn't been the same, right? Only hitting 203. He's definitely struggled at the plate. He only has 4 home runs, only 20 RBIs. So, yeah, it has been a struggle for Heyward. But let's get into my next point on why the Dodgers also are making this move. And that's because Jason Heyward brings that World Series experience that I think everybody's looking forward to this time of year. Jason Heyward, a World Series champion back in 2016. Can't forget that. Won with the Chicago Cubs. And, I mean, that was definitely a shocking win. I don't think anybody expected that, but it happened. And Jason Heyward was a part of that. So, looking back on that 2016 year, I mean, Heyward played almost the whole year. He had 49 RBIs. He did have a dip in his home run total. Had only 7 home runs, but you could say he wasn't really the main part of that World Series win. There was other factors. There was other players that were definitely at the forefront. But he brings that World Series experience, something that, of course, James Outman doesn't have. And and one of my points that I made in my previous videos, James Outman is potentially going to be trade bait. I mean, this guy could potentially be traded as the Dodgers look to, grab a couple starting pitchers or one starting pitcher. James Outman, with this move, you can't rule out the idea that James Outman could be, traded. Now, if James Outman had his final Dodger game yesterday, I think he left us with one of the best highlights of 2024, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. Look at this amazing play here from James Outman yesterday. Stealing a home run from Reeve Snyder in the top of the 7th. This comes courtesy of Fox. Look at this catch from James Outman. I mean, that was just an amazing play, and in a wild game, a 3-2 win. It was 3-2 at the time. Take a look at the replay here. I mean, James Outman, this is what he does. He can make plays like this, and that's why I think fans are, a little upset that James Outman has been sent down again. Because I mean, that's an amazing play. I want to see that in the in the playoffs. Those are the kind of plays that win World Series championships, and that's what James Outman brings to the table. Because a guy can definitely feel. The problem is, can he hit at the major league level? That's what I think everybody's kind of concerned with. Just taking a look at that play, that might be the play of the year in the outfield for the Dodgers this season. I mean, that's just an amazing catch. So, yeah, the Dodgers are in a situation where they're, of course, in the trade deadline is coming up very soon. So, every move that the Dodgers will be making, you're gonna find out about it right here on Dodgers Digest. So, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more great Dodger talk.